We do things like songs that are a little, what we call sexy. You can see from the title, it's more of a love album.
All right. All right. Welcome to another week of Manversations 2020. I'm so glad that we're coming to the end of the year because of what we've been through on this show. There's so many great shows, so many great feedbacks. The amount of jewels dropped on this show, the amount of phenomenal guests that we had on our shows. And it's only going to get better for 2024. We're revamping everything bigger and better. Major's got some major things coming for us that you guys are going to love. And I can't wait. The new year's new blessings, new purpose. Everything is just going to be so phenomenal. And with that being said, man, we are so happy to have another phenomenal entrepreneur CEO this week. We had a phenomenal one last week, and man, we got so much great feedback from that guest. And I know we're going to get some great feedback from tonight's guest. I wanted to make sure that, like I told you guys before, whenever we do things with entrepreneurs, as a community, as a whole, you guys got to understand the importance of Black business, the importance of Black image, period. We are excellent people. We exude excellent. Luxury comes from Black people. Please stop thinking that luxury comes from other people. It doesn't. Everything started with us, and it's going to end with us. We exude anything that's expensive, we exude it. Anything that's royalty, we exude it. We are that. We are the brand of everything that is exclusive and great out there. So don't let nobody else tell you anything different. And this is the type of mentality that needs to trickle down into your children. You know, when they have a high self-esteem, it cuts down the suicide. It cuts down the least amount of confidence. They have more self-confidence. They have more self-love for themselves. They have more of a purpose, and they'll be more driven to accomplish a lot of great things in life. But when you have low morale and you have, you don't think of yourself so highly, that's why suicide rates is so high, especially in the Black community, because we have to get back to the base element of understanding that we are the foundation for everything running in and out of America and in this world. Once we understand that, once we implement that, and we carry that as a lifestyle and not as a fad or a trend, then you'll start to see how we could do things without asking or begging anybody else to do it. All right. And with that perception and with that image, remember in the 1920s, we used to wear a lot of suits, bow ties, and everything like that. And that was such a great image that we saw back in the day. It even transformed down into the Nation of Islam. You can have brothers out here that's 90 degrees and they'll have on a nice tux out here telling you about how great you are as a people. So we now have our special guest who also brings that image to our youth and our adults as well. Anytime you see him or you see people around him, they're always in that dapper Dan fashion, that look, that suave look, that important look, the real high, elegant look. And, it's such a great feeling, a great visual to see, especially people that look like you, rocking out in a fashion that exudes excellent 24/7. So with no further ado, I definitely want to introduce my brother, Mr. Cope, who has his several businesses that he'll introduce to you. So go ahead. I'll leave it over to you, Mr. Cope. You can go ahead and let us know what you do and let everybody know what you do and what your business ventures are, and we could dial down into that.
Oh, sure, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the love and support. And give a thank you to you and your co-host. I appreciate y'all for providing this platform for me, man. And you guys keep up the good work. I want to wish you, brother, success in advance before I even come to you. So, but nonetheless, I'm Antonio Cope. A lot of people know me as Brother Bowtie. I own Brothers Bowties, which is a bow tie company. I own Brothers Bowtie Cigars, which is a cigar company. And I own Fish Fly Brand, which is a fishing apparel company as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much all my work that I do. Plan on expanding a little bit more, hopefully in the next year or so.
Dope, especially so super dope. So I do want to give some visuals to your brand. As you know, Mr. Cope joined us today, and his brand is Bowtie, Brother Bowtie. Super dope artwork. As you can see, I love this one. This one is super dope. I love the colors, vibrant. The exude of the excellent business. Nice. I did not know that you did fish fly.
Yeah.
I didn't know you started a brand with fishing, because I know that we had a challenge. I definitely wanted to challenge you to a fishing out, a day out of fishing, see who can bag as much fish because I know you do your thing. And I said, fishing is definitely something that I do. It's one of my self-care activities. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing for me being out in the nature and enjoying, just the outdoors. And doing that was so refreshing for me as a child growing up.
Yeah, it was very therapeutic with me. It
Exactly.
helped me out with a lot of very troublesome childhood that I had. When I used to get angry, I'll go fishing. If I thought about doing something stupid like going to steal out of a store or going to steal from somebody's house or mangoes, something like that, I would go fishing because I think it would preserve time and save my life, at that time and moment. And then I just grew up like this advancing my fishing, and whenever my stress level is high. I know if I'm up the water with a rod, I'll be at ease and at peace. Fish Fly brand is actually I started that brand last year with my sons, and I started because of I was just one day in outdoor world just shopping for a spear gun. I was trying to buy a new spear gun because freshwater fish, saltwater fish, I also spearfish as well. But you go fishing, and most people know fishing. We know us. And normally, when you go to outdoor world, you'll probably see about like 7 to 10% of us in the store. And most of the people be like, white or Hispanic and stuff like that. And this one particular day I was there, man, I seen that it was like 60% of us in the store, and we was all buying the same thing. It wasn't me, but all the black people was in there. It was like young kids. They was buying, the new style is to wear the outdoor rail cap and the outdoor rail shirt together that matches. And it just like a light just went off. I like, oh my God, we not represented at all. So I walked like throughout the whole little department with my phone, looking up the names and brands. And there was not one black CEO for any company in outdoor world. So I went home, just did my investigation. Then I say I wanted this something at Walmart because Walmart work with minority-owned businesses. And I think Walmart has a little over 58 different fishing companies that they represent in their store, and none of them are black-owned either. So I said, you know what? Let me make a black-owned fishing apparel company. And of course, the name Fish Fly came to my mind because of the way that I dress. But and we always extra, so we always look good in whatever we do. They can tell us that, hey, it's a mud party or whatever, and we still gonna show up fresh just to get dirty, but that's just the name Fish Fly just stood out to me.
Okay.
Definitely. That's super dope. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I knew we had a lot of black fishermen. Not as much as the dominant society. They pretty much dominate that field. I grew up watching Bill Dance.
Me too.
Who was the other one again? It was Bill Dance.
I don't know. I was a Bill guy. If he ain't had that Tennessee volunteer hat, it just ain't caught my attention.
Bill Dance had the Tennessee hat. It was a little short, fat guy, fat white guy. He was good too. Can't remember his name, but yeah, I used to wake up Saturday mornings.
Yeah, yes, Lord. Me and my man, I remember watching it with my grandfather, and learning the little tricks and trades. Only difference is like I outgrew the freshwater fishing about time I got like 16, 17. I still do it, but it's like, I don't know, I like to fight. And the saltwater fish put up a way better fight than freshwater fish,
True. I'm a bass fisher, so I love the bass because it's bass fishing. Even though it's popular, it is a tricky fish to catch. It's not. You gotta know the different lures, and you gotta play with them and tangle them. The different seasons. When they are feisty, when they're not.
Yeah.
So I like the challenge. It's like a chess match. I love it. And I've won. I used to enter in tournaments up north in Maryland. When I was up in Maryland, I used to enter tournaments, and I used to win the tournaments. And my dad was like, "I didn't know you fish like that." My dad came out there, took pictures and everything, and it was just a great moment for us to bond because at that time I started living with my dad. So he got to see firsthand, like, the stuff that I was good at. And man, we had a ball, man. My dad would enter in, he would find different contests. We'd enter in and I would win the prizes. And that was just like a great bonding moment when me and my father. And those are memories that you'll forever cherish.
Yeah,
But
you can't get those back. I don't have those memories with my dad, but I have with my
Mhm.
grandfather quite well.
Nice.
Then I created all those memories with my sons. So both of my sons, they've been fishing and spear fishing since they've been about 2 or 3 years old. My
Mm.
youngest son, he's better than my oldest son. He can probably dive down probably about like 30 feet with one breath because we
Wow.
free dive. We don't use tanks. So
Wow.
Oh,
he liked to fish a lot like me. Usually when I go out, he's like, "Daddy, we going?" He'll wake me up. But my oldest son, I ain't gonna say he a pretty boy. He just don't like the sun that much. So it's like,
yeah.
but we going on the boat, we could go. But man, I ain't standing on the bridge in the sun. But yeah, man. So those some memories that you have to cherish.
Yeah.
I believe your father can walk away or go to his deathbed knowing that you can fend for yourself. And as a father, that's something that you want, that you put things in order and you taught your kids the right lesson for survival. So one
Correct.
thing I do know, I know my kids will never go hungry because they know how to fish, they know how to hunt, they know how to shoot
Mm.
squirrels, rabbits, they know how to clean it, so they know how to cook it.
Oh,
Now they
wow. That's
starve,
dope.
it's just them just protesting.
Nice.
That's
That's
what's
that's super. I wanted to know. Okay, so with Black folks, we have this thing where we're not really, um, as a mass group of people, we're not really involved in the swimming world. A lot of us drown when we're around water and careless and don't realize that we slip in and then we don't know how to swim. And then even when you have children out here, that one slip in, the other one to jump in trying to save, and that one don't know how to swim, and both of them drown. I think there was a case like that in Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a
Um,
couple of months ago.
yeah, two children drowned like that. And I remember I had a friend, what we were gonna do, we were gonna because she was a swimming instructor, and I asked her, I said, we should start teaching these children how to swim. We was gonna start up a little camp. And unfortunately, she passed away before we even got to that level. But I thought it was very necessary for us as a community to start educating and training our young children how to swim, just so that they can help themselves and also help somebody else if they need to.
Yeah, most definitely.
So,
I was a
yeah.
lifeguard for 13 years.
Oh, okay.
That's actually how I started. It's a long story, but that's how Brother Bowtie actually started. I knew they was gonna fire me because I was being a community activist and I was arguing against the city, stealing money. So I knew they was gonna fire me. So I started
wow.
Bowtie business like a year in advance before they fired me. But anyway,
Mhm.
nonetheless, most cities, especially Miami-Dade County, the city of Miami, the city of Homestead, Fort Lauderdale City,
Mhm.
Plantation, and I believe the whole Broward County, if you go to a county park, during the summertime, they provide free swimming lessons if your child is part of the summer program. So I think
Mhm.
that's very important if you want your child to learn, pay I think it's like $200 for them to watch your kids for 11 to 12 weeks. Like pay that $200 and they learn how to swim. They go on trips or do whatever, and
Nice.
they take swimming lessons for a whole month, 5 days a week.
Mm.
So
Nice.
if they're serious about it, they can do it. Or the other way would be I think this most cities charge like $60 a month to teach your child, teach adult and children how to swim, and you can teach a child how to swim as little as 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
If a baby is 2 weeks old, they can learn how to swim.
Mm.
Mm.
I've seen it. Trust me, the
Heavy.
lifeguard. I have
Yes.
seen babies like 2 and 3 months years old, like just
Yeah.
2 or 3 months years old, but 2 or 3 months old, like
That's
swimming, laying on their back, learning different techniques,
Yeah.
because they're swimming anyway. We take
Yeah.
away the swimming ability on ourselves once we learn how to walk. But
right.
before
Yeah.
we learn how to walk, we do the same thing that we was doing in our mama's stomach. when you let a baby on the bed, they act like they swimming and they moving around because that's what we're doing in our mama's stomach. We're swimming around trying to find a comfort spot.
Yeah.
So we take away that ability once we start walking, and then we have to relearn and reteach. But it's funny you say that. I was just talking with a friend, and I was thinking about starting a program, nonprofit called Tying Ties. So not only do I want to teach us how to swim, but I want to teach us survival skills. So if we're broken down or on a boat and a boat sink or whatnot, we make it a land. So I want to teach us what we can and can't eat, how to swim, what's the most relaxing way to swim a long distance without burning your energy. When you find land, what plants you can replant and you can eat, what plants you can use for tissue or to start a fire. So these some of the things that I had, but also I had the other side to it because it's called Tying Ties, tying a lot of young men back into their community, a lot of brothers who's incarcerated, getting them back involved with their children before they're released out of jail, tying them back into the community because we know the correction department don't really correct the behavior when they're incarcerated. So yeah, I thought about starting a program like that, and most definitely aquatics was in it, from kayaking to jet skiing to sailboating to swimming. Like I had all this in mind: how to catch a conch, how to clean a conch, how to catch a lobster. Like, there's a lot of things that we do when we go to the beach. We walk past so many foods that we can eat, and we don't know that we can eat it. But it'd be like right there in our eye. We're like, like, and even when we're swimming, oftentimes when we go to the beach, we think about throwing our fish rod out to catch fish. But if you had a shovel, you can just dig up some sand fleas, and they're edible, but they don't taste good. But you can eat them though. But I heard it tastes better on the grill. But a lot of people try to fry them, so
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wow as hell, man. Y'all got me up here thinking about some stuff I need to do, man. I've never been fishing.
Yeah, man. Bro, it's so relaxing, bro.
Yeah, how to clean fish or catch them or none of that, man. I got to sharpen my survival skills, man.
Yeah, you got to sharpen them up.
You got to be primitive, man.
Yeah, bro.
You got to sharpen them up. Yeah, the cleaning, the gutting. Yeah, man, it's all good.
And I love to focus on teaching Black folks how to swim and how y'all spoke on that, man. Because real talk, we got a problem, man. Like as a group, I think we really have a serious phobia of water, man. Like the number of Black people I know that don't know how to swim, it just don't make no sense, especially in Florida where we're surrounded by water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the phobia comes from us continuing this false narrative about Blacks can't swim, because we could swim, and we're good swimmers. I worked at Charles Hatley Pool, which is the only public Olympic-sized pool in the state of Florida.
Okay.
And when I say, like, man, we can swim, man, some of them white people can't touch us.
Real talk.
Man, look here, bro.
Real talk.
Even with diving, like, we can dive, we can flip. The only issue is we don't have the marketing, the branding, or the media or the recognition in our community to say, hey, look, little Pee Wee or little Nut just broke the swimming record, or Pee Wee had hit like 4 flips in a row. Last diver did this was in '89 and stuff like that. So we don't have that in our community, and we don't have the programming for it. Neither do they provide the funding at our park. So if we had the marketing and promotion, even at our schools, I think all Black schools in Miami has a swim team. And I ain't gonna lie, some of them suck, but some of them was good. But even when it came to their coaching, when I used to be at the swim meets as a lifeguard, I look at the coach, I'm like, shit, the coach look like he can't swim that good. But so if they give the right coaching or the right, invest in it, then we'll be good. Like there's a one popular family, I gotta give credit where credit's due. The Gunda family, they're well known for being great swimmers in the city of Miami. They're great swimmers and they're great divers. I don't know if some of you guys ever heard of V from Make the Homeless Smile.
Of course, we know V. That's my sister.
Yeah,
We
so
don't, we don't get.
she's related to them, and they are swimmers. Like everybody in Miami know that they're swimmers. I say I worked at Charles Satley Pool, but a lot of us don't know that the name of the pool is actually called Miller Dawkins Pool, which is a black man who stayed directly across the street from the pool, and he was known for his swimming ability. So once again, we don't have the promotion, the marketing of the brand in our community. Then we keep this phobia up, oh, black people can't swim, black people can't swim. But if you show enough people who can't swim, the people who could swim, they'll be like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, as I know this show is about entrepreneur and business as well, but, like, first thing that we do, like, when we brought up in the hood and we don't got nothing and we see our cousin got some Jordans, that's one of our first goals, like, to get some Jordans.
Yeah.
So when other people do it, then we'll do it. So we said enough black people swim, we'll swim. But don't worry, next year in the Olympics, I believe we have 3 black swimmers who's going to be in the Olympics.
Yes. I can't wait for that.
I remember the black girl. She won. I forgot what her name was.
And then there's a young black kid. I believe he's out of Alabama. No, Illinois. I believe he's out of Illinois. But yeah, man, he's like moving. Like they're comparing him to, like, they ain't saying he's Michael Phelps, but they're saying he's close to it though.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, and what's crazy is I think he's a freshman now in college, and he's like 6'3", 6'4", which is a typical swimmer's body. You love tall, skinny. When you're a swimmer, that's the kind of swimmer you look for: the tall, skinny people with the V-cut body.
Yeah,
they can get across the water faster.
Okay,
sound like a swimming coach.
Look out for dude, man. I didn't know about that. I know, but that's fly. Yeah. Because anytime we get the game, we always take it to the next level. It don't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When we start playing golf, when we start playing tennis, every time we got it,
take it to the next level.
You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. All they got left is hockey.
Yeah. Well, we got one in hockey.
We got one. We
got more than one. We got more than one. Actually, Florida Panther got a black hockey player. Actually.
Okay.
But I think it's like about 17 that got like black players. And I think all of them start actually.
Yeah, the more brothers start getting in it, watch.
Yeah.
Start changing.
Yeah.
They gonna have to come up with some new sports.
You did.
So like even with basketball, basketball wasn't for us.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It was like a Jewish sports, and we just took it over.
We got the game, that was it. Lights out.
Yeah. Well, we the ones who created hockey. They just took it over. We never stuck to it. So there's a lot of things that we created that we left and they took over. So country music, we created that. They took it over.
Rock and roll, fashion,
jazz.
Yeah. So it's like we don't educate our peoples enough to know that we are excellent. We're great. We're trend starters and trendsetters. So when it comes
I think a lot of times that what we don't address, we don't address the elephants in the room about a lot of things that create phobias and issues in our community. Like, say for instance, like with swimming. They say one of the theories is black people don't swim, they don't like the water because of sharks. And then they have this false narrative that sharks used to follow slave ships and eat all the slaves who used to get thrown overboard. Well, I spearfish, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I see a shark, me and my son actually get in the water and try to follow behind the shark because the shark gonna take you where the fish at. But never in history, I just want both y'all to think. How many black people you know? I want y'all to put up 5 fingers.
None.
Name 5 black situations that you know a black person got bit or eaten by a shark.
None.
You're out there. You go to the Bahamas, they're full of black people that swim with sharks. Yeah. You go to Barbados, you go to even here in Miami, if you're in the water, you swimming with a shark, but it's like a little theme park area, for an excursion to swim with sharks in the Bahamas and making stuff like that. But sharks, to me, I'm just gonna be honest. I think sharks are kind of racist. I don't think they like us, but which is cool. Trust me, it's cool. But almost like 99.9% of the stories that we hear, of people getting bitten or eaten by sharks are white people.
True.
Yeah.
So we have this fear. A lot of us have this fear that we get in the ocean, a shark gonna bite us, and that's not necessarily true. Like sharks, trust me, the most dangerous animal inside the ocean is actually a grouper. I done seen the grouper. I'm talking about my own eyes. I done been like 25 feet underwater. I seen a grouper go up and bite off half of a shark.
Damn.
Yeah, groupers are aggressive. And
And we
big.
eat groupers.
They're big.
We eat groupers. We love the hell out of eating groupers. Grouper fingers taste good, but they're very aggressive fish. And the shark, like, even my favorite animal is a dolphin.
Yeah.
Man, they'll kill a shark on instinct. Like,
I've heard. Yeah.
So we have bigger things in the water to worry about, but it's so happy that we feed the story that sharks gonna bite you. Sharks used to eat slaves and all. And I believe that all that stuff is a false narrative and don't find it to be true at all.
Definitely. And that's why I don't really co-sign the narrative of Aquaman being white. The whole Atlantis and people, as far as mermaids and things like that, the tales derive back to Black folks. When it comes down to animals and things like that, the Tarzans, we were the original Tarzans. They took our narrative, and ran with it.
And we still have Tarzans to this day.
Yeah. So you when you go to Africa and you see you got pictures of African women walking with lions,
I've seen
and nothing happens to them, and then you got pictures or videos of the dominant society got a lion in the cage, and they're running for their life and getting dragged out by the lion and eaten to death, or dragged out of a car, eaten to death. People don't understand how we're connected to nature so much, and I think we don't transcend that information down to our peoples to let them know that we are original with nature. That's why a lot of times you'll see a little kid, Black kid, will have a bird on his shoulder or a butterfly.
We're highly connected.
So we got to understand that and start flipping the narrative, because the more we push fear, the more it repels us away from really adapting and being where we need to be. And that's one with nature. We need to get back out and start, doing the grounding with our children, doing more activities of being one with the trees and the grass, and get our electricity back into our bodies like we do. We're so caught up into electronics and things like that we forget what the real world is really about. And I think we as parents and guardians and mentors have to put our children back into that space again. Once we do that, I'm telling you, it changes you. When you're out in outdoor nature, it changes you. You got to be out there to experience it. But man, it's a refreshing feeling that, it doesn't matter how hardcore or troublesome you think someone is. Once they get out there in nature, their peace and that calm, and a whole different person. Trust me, I've seen it. I've witnessed it.
I just did a camping trip about 5 months ago. Man, that was like, when I say I was at so much peace, bro. I'm actually trying to start a camping trip next year. I'm trying to get more Black people to go camping. So I got a couple of parks in mind. I just need people to be able to come. And it's a cheap trip. You're probably gonna spend probably $100 the most to reserve your camping area. You bring your own food, eat whatever you want to eat. But out in nature, man, oh my God. I mean, when I say like at nighttime, I woke up in the middle of the night one night, it seemed like all the birds, all the animals, whatever, everybody was snoring together in peace. So I was like, damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I ain't have no worry. And at this particular park, I was at Getty Springs. They have armadillos. They had a panther. They have snakes. They have iguanas. They have gators. But nobody got attacked. Nobody was scared, and it's called the one I went on was called Naughty with Nature camping experience.
Mm.
It was like 1,800 black people, bro, and not one fight.
What?
Nobody got bit. Nobody but everybody was like at peace, you know. So now I want to create my own event. To try to get a lot of people from out the city into camping, and teach us some survival skills, and all it takes is less than we're done.
Yes, definitely. And I love the fact that you said that because we spoke before, and I told you that when we do the Manversations, we're definitely going to start doing Manversation 2020 events. And one of the events, when we do the event, we definitely want to have you in place because I think one of the lost art that is diminishing in our community. And the more we have single mothers out here or single parents, period. I'll just say single mothers because, with the fathers, you pretty much should know how to tie ties. But, you're having more single mothers. They're not really out there knowing the information to show their children how to tie a tie. I see a lot of kids showing up with nice outfits, nice suits, and no tie around their neck. Some of it due to them not being able to tie a tie. And then, you have to get around the elders or somebody that knows how to tie it for them. And normally it's like last minute function. So I definitely wanted to have you at our event. So, with the bow tie, you could teach the young children and even adults that don't know how to tie ties, how to tie a tie for any special occasion that they need to get to, whether it's job interview, prom, funeral, or whatever the case is, they know how to do it and they don't have to run and go anywhere to do it. I think the great thing is that we do have YouTube. YouTube does teach you, but I think people don't understand that there's two types of people out here. There's people you can tell it to, give them directions on paper and they can follow. And then you have people that are very visual and hands-on.
Yeah, visual hands-on.
Yes, a lot of our people are very visual and hands-on. So that's why I say when you being in the event, you can show them while they're doing it, being hands-on with them to make sure that they get it in the correct way. So with the bow ties, dial into that and let us know how that started and what was the purpose of even doing that, and what's the purpose or what do you see in the future for your company as far as bow ties? Where would you like it to be?
For sure. So Brother Bowties, it started I'm gonna say 13 years ago, but me knowing what I know now, I should have been started. So I knew how to make a bow tie since I was like 10 years old. And I knew how to sew since probably I was like, I think before that. And it was by default, being at grandma's house, watching grandma make alter granddad clothes or make clothes for her grandkids and stuff like that. So I knew how to thread and needle. I knew how to sew it. Then when I got in middle school, I took home economics at Parkway Middle School, and we made a bow tie one day. And I never forgot how not to make a bow tie. And one thing about me, I have two brothers. I have a younger brother and an older brother. I always been dapper. I always been Brother Bowtie. Like if our mama told us we go to church and she said you don't gotta wear church clothes or dress clothes, I still wore church clothes and still wore dress clothes. I just love to dress nice. But I'm also unique and I don't like people copying my style on my own person. So I want to be able to make sure that I always stood out. So I started making my own bow ties. And there was a young man at church who used to always compliment me on my bow ties, and he's actually where I buy them from. I was like, "Oh, I make them," and he didn't believe me. And like for like 6 or 7 months, like, man, one day he gonna tell me where you buy them from. And so I was like, man, I really do make them. So I was like, I tell you what, you go inside Joanne's Fabric, find a piece of fabric, you bring it to me next Sunday, and I'll make you a bow tie. So it took him about a month. He did it. And then I made him his bow tie. I was like, man, you got a whole business on your hand. In my mind, I wasn't even thinking about a business. But anyway, that started the beginning of Brothers Bow Ties. And then once I start wearing bow ties every day instead of on Sundays, it brought me some trouble, but it's brought me some good relationships as well. You know, business ideas, great networking with people. So I stumbled across this one guy, and this one guy's like, "Hey, bro," it's like, "How your bow tie business doing?" I say, "I ain't making no bow ties." I was like, "I just do it for my friends and family. You know, I only do it for my." He like, "Why you don't got no website?" I'm like, "Oh, I get a website," and me like being completely out of it, like, "Yeah, it only cost me like $300." So started with a website, then I started making bow ties, and the first name of my bow tie company was actually called ACOGG, and it's the acronym for Antonio Coat Outing Gear for Gentlemen. And my business mentor, a young man by the name of Kennedy, TK, some people call him Tobacco Kennedy. He sat me down one day and told me that I owe him a cigar for his advice. I said, "What advice?" He said, "Come buy the cigar. You're his advice." So he knew me, one, because we're both Freemasons, but he also knew me for being a community activist. He said, "Everywhere you go at, people always talk about your bow tie." He said, "Change your name, your business name, to Bow Tie Brothers or Brothers and Bow Ties." He said, "You have two sons." He said, "I hope you're going to leave your business to your sons." I said, "I do have two sons." I said, "You know what? I'm going to call it Brothers Bow Ties because both of my sons' name always been on the ownership paperwork, as far as like ownership." So that's what really started Brothers Bow Ties. And Brothers Bow Ties probably been incorporated probably about like 13 years and stuff like that. But since then, I have advanced the company and flipped the company in so many ways. So I went from making bow ties to now I make handkerchiefs, I make cufflinks, I make hat bands. I got suits coming soon.
Wow.
Cigars, as you know, I already have Brother Bowtie cigars. So yeah, it expanded. I'm doing quite well. I make like 4 different kind of knots. I don't know if you see some of my patterns in the back. So yeah, I have 4 different kind of knots that I make. I got a couple of good clientele. I have a couple of lawyer friends who make sure they spend about $2,000 every year on me. I did a couple of weddings.
Wow.
I'm well over I'm over 75 weddings since I've been in business. Internationally, I'm doing numbers in Germany, London, Australia, Kenya. Uh, yeah, so it's I'm not rich yet. So it's still a grind, it's still a hustle. I'm still working out my house. As you see, I still got the sewing machines in the back, one behind me. So I'm still working out my house. But it pays all the bills, and it helps me provide a nice lifestyle for me and my kids. So
Nice.
Question.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And I also on my company, brother, is those who want to check out my website is www.brothersbowties.com. But I have the largest catalog of HBCU bow ties, and the 9 bow ties. And I actually started my bow tie company with us in mind, but the other people did reach out. So I do make the bow ties on my website for the other people. They're my clients, they're my customers. So I make bow ties for a lot of colleges, but I do hold like the largest catalog of HBCU bow ties. I have 87 in particular, and I plan on growing and making even more. Some schools have like 4 or 5 bow ties. Like FAMU I have 5 FAMU bow ties. So, right. Clark Atlantic have about 3. Alcorn has about 4. So yeah, it's like it's a challenge to me. I love to create for us, with the full mindset, for us, by us.
That's fly. That's fly,
Nice.
bro. Let me ask you a question, real important, because people have asked me this and told me to ask some of the entrepreneurs that I come on this, and I've also wanted to know this too. When you started this, because there's a rift, right, in the community with people who want to embark on a entrepreneurial journey and those that don't. and usually it's because of a fear of some sort, right? And so the argument that I always get, or the pushback that I always get, is, well, it's not stable. They're afraid of the stability, or lack thereof, that they won't have, whereas they feel more stable and safe with a regular 9 to 5. And I'm not, knocking people who 9 to 5, or knocking people who do the entrepreneur thing. Either way, but for you, what was the time frame like between when you first started and when you got to a point where you felt that you were stable, and how did you adjust in the meantime?
So as I told you, I was a community activist. So
yeah,
I knew my job was going to fire me, but I was buying myself time. So, but from the time my job fired me, I think I got fired from my lifeguard job like in 09, 010. I was already making the bow ties, but I wasn't just as popular. But I was making probably about like $500 or $600 a month. But my rent was like $1,400 at that time. So I was making enough to cover my rent, but I did have a spouse or girlfriend, should I say, that we was like splitting the bills. So I just had to cover my half. But I would say from the time that I got completely fired, it took me 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't gonna say 2.5 years. I'm gonna say 2 years. It took me 2 years to get to the point where I didn't need another job.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had the time because, of course, after they fired me, I'm just gonna be honest, be blunt. I got on unemployment, so
you're damn right. Yeah.
So unemployment gave me some time, and it gave me more time to grind than focus on what I could do. So, I was buying fabrics just because, like,
right.
Like I wasn't even making fabrics. Right now I make fabric, but at that time I was just going to Walmart, just buying fabric, Joanne fabric, just buying fabric, just posting it on eBay, selling them for like $12 or $13. And then, with some of these websites, these e-commerce websites, when you get to like 1,000 sales, you fall into the e-commerce. Fall into their algorithm, so they start promoting you and bringing you sales. So once I had eBay on lock, I say, "Oh, I'm good. I'm real good." So
nice.
Right now, I believe the last time I checked on eBay, I'm at something like 34,000 sales.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's
awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Salute to you for that. Okay, so
definitely,
it took a while, but like you said, you had a situation where you had someone else that you were able to pool your resources with, and that helped hold you over along with the unemployment. And then you got to the point where you were stable and you was mashing and you good.
And it could have, I'll be honest with you, it could be a whole lot better. If knowing what I know now, I have 2 sons. I have an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
And my 18-year-old told me, even though my sons know that they're owners of both companies, the Fish Fly brand and the Brother Bowtie brand, my youngest son said that he want to start his own clothing line brand. So what I did, I told him give me a concept with all he have in mind. So he broke down, gave me his business proposal and everything like that. So what I did, I jumped on it. I designed his logo for him. I told him where to buy the shirts from at a cheap price.
Nice.
How to outsource his work right now until he's able to get the equipment and stuff like that. So I say that to say this: if I had a great support system from my family, that's like mama, sister, brother, cousins, aunts, uncles, I believe I could have got it done. I would have, instead of it being 2 years, I probably could have did it in 2 weeks.
Wow. Wow, that's drastic.
So your support system is like very, 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 very important to you. And when you're an entrepreneur, it's hard for you to trust people. Very, very hard for you to trust people because they're going to take advantage of you anyway, because you're not like a big company where you don't cross every T and dot every I. So, I done had people making bow tie sales, and I'm like, who sold you a bow tie? They said it was custom by me.
Wow.
And then I had to make a bow tie because You know, one of my relatives, I told them, you know, this is the price, and they done collect the money. You know, so
Wow. Wow.
no
Wow.
none of my sons, thank God.
Damn, bro.
But you know,
Oh
so
gosh.
but yeah, man. If you have a good support system, man, you know, with in our community,
Mhm.
we lack support system.
We do.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be solid. I'm calling
We,
it.
And
But
no,
go ahead.
I'm saying I was gonna say I didn't. I don't mean to laugh. I laugh because it's always a niggerism
Yeah,
that flows in somebody's family. It's
yeah,
somebody in there that do some niggerism
yeah,
mhm.
that just be like, why?
yeah,
Why?
Real
You
talk.
know,
yeah,
why
yeah,
you messing up somebody close to your family tree? You got other knuckleheads out there. Mess with somebody you don't even know, but
yeah, yeah. Somebody who's related to you. Yeah,
you want to cripple your own damn family. Like,
yeah. And then he gonna turn right around and ask him for a favor, ask him, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, but if we can, if we could, you know, I don't know if you guys have kids or family members, but if you can provide them with the support, man, you'll be surprised some of the things that we do. Like I talk to a lot of young entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
man, they have some ideas, bro. Like, man, this one young lady, I'll be honest with y'all, I can't think of her name, but she has an idea that she want to shut down Marshall's and TJ Maxx shoe department.
Mhm.
Now but I know she stays in Carol City. But what she does, she goes to Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Ross, and she buy their shoes like at a real, at, you know, buy them at their prices and
Mhm.
upsell them.
Right.
So I was vending one day at the vending, and she was telling me her concept, and she's like, "Yeah, I just don't think that they should sell shoes. I think it's my job to sell shoes." But just because she said that, it just had my mind blown because
Mhm.
what young and this young lady 12 years old, but can you name a 12 years old who think their mindset is that they're the one who should be selling
I
shoes
love
and
it.
not a big company?
I love it.
yeah,
That's what's
So
up.
just imagine if she had her family behind her to say, shit, I mean, excuse my language, but the hell with the shoes that they sell. Design your own shoe. Where your logo at?
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's work on your logo. What kind of shoes you want to wear? You want to create, and you can create all kinds of shoes. Now, don't limit yourself to tennis shoes. Do flat tops, do hard bottoms, do boots. You know, but anyway, I have brought 3 pair of Reeboks from her because that's what she had.
Mhm.
Um, that I needed. I needed some fishing shoes because most of all my shoes are dress shoes. But
Okay.
I need to put some money on her table. And I gave her advice because the order Reeboks that I brought, it said $14.99, and
Mhm.
she sold them to me for $25. So
Uh-huh.
I told her I would have brought them for $30, but make sure you remove the sticker off, or buy your own stickers and put your sticker over their sticker.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
yeah,
but just give her advice. You know, of being a young entrepreneur. You know, I believe that like that's my job to encourage us to
yeah,
be better. You know, if I can,
exactly.
even y'all, if that's the way that I can help you us be better. Like it's for free. There's no consulting fee as some of us do. Nah, bro, this is what we gonna do. Because when you eat, we eat. You know,
True.
Yeah,
I had posted something about the Howard University swim team winning a competition this year. Women winning the college swim competition. Oh, was just speak about that earlier. But yeah, Howard University, HBCU, they won the swimming competition this year. But one of the comments, the lady said, "Oh, congratulations to Howard." I said, "No, congratulations to all of us, because when they
mm,
win, we win.
True.
yeah,
You know, we win, when I win, we all win. You know, that's
Yeah.
our mindset." And speaking of business, you know, often when we're doing business, what I hate in our community that we glorify too much bullshit that doesn't benefit our community. And we
mm,
allow our celebs to feed us with this BS, whether it's Balenciaga, Gucci. Um,
exactly.
man, trust me, man. Growing up, I used to wear Ralph Lauren. I'm just gonna call it a buck. But
Mhm.
Mhm.
as I got wise, I'm like, damn, when the hell did I see Ralph Lauren ever come to the hood and give out computers or give out turkeys or hams or Balenciaga or Gucci, any one of these brands.
Yeah.
But you'll have me or you have the mom and pop stores. They labor for our community, like these small black businesses in Opa-locka, Miami Gardens, Liberty City. They're the ones who's doing stuff for our community. And as much as we don't support them, a little bit of money that they get, the city commissioners or governors come around and say, hey, I'm doing a turkey drive or Christmas giveaway. Can you donate? Can you give me? Can you sign a check?
Yeah.
But you don't want to wear the cool brand, but the cool brand, they donating money to Miami Gardens and to the city of Miami for your kids to have toys or, turkey and stuff like that. So this is the mindset that we got to think, we have to support our local brands, and it's us. A lot of things that we wear, that we try to wear when we're rich and famous, I'm just going to keep it a buck. I see often now our celebs, it's like a new trend where they make a lot of money. They wearing these new dresses now. I don't give a damn how rich I get. I ain't going to wear no dress. But still, if you rich and you want to wear a dress, man, go buy a dress from Lucky Libra. The girls make dresses in goddamn North Miami, or go get a dress from Omega off of 54th and 10th Avenue. Like, nobody give a damn if it's a Gucci dress. Like, we was dating girls who wore Melissa's, and Melissa was leaving no name brand shoes. So don't make it seem like name brand is all of that.
Exactly.
But it's just a mindset. I'm sure you brothers watched the video how to sell to a Negro.
Yeah.
And it's the mindset. It's just hard for some of us just to break out of that. I need the Gucci, I need the Prada, I need the Tommy Hilfiger, I need the Ralph Lauren. And what I tell my sons don't wear Ralph Lauren. And I told them to watch this a movie on YouTube, a little documentary called Horsepower. About Ralph Lauren. It's a documentary. Ralph Lauren not really in it, but the documentary Horsepower is about how him and Tommy Hilfiger used the black people to make their brand very popular. And now one of their brands was actually made for black people.
Yeah. Exactly.
What happened? That they used us to get their brand popular, and they don't even sell the real finest shit in our community. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, like in we have the regular Ralph Lauren clothes at our Macy's or our dealers and stuff like that. But if you're going on Saks Fifth Avenue, off of Harlover, then they're like 80% of their Ralph Lauren department is Purple Label. None of us never even seen a Purple Label shirt. I know we did.
Yeah.
So, just something for us to think about. If they want to treat us like second-class citizens, then we need to treat their brand that same way.
Real talk.
Yeah, real talk. So I wanted to ask you real quick, what watch you wear? What watch you wear?
I don't have a watch on, but my favorite watch is Bolivia.
Oh, see? Then you need to be put on game, buddy.
What is that?
This is black owned right here.
What is it called?
I'm about to tell you right now. Hold on. Boom.
Got you.
Italian twine, baby.
Okay.
Italian twine.
I'm gonna find them right now.
Yes, Italian twine, man. I'm definitely gonna try to get these brothers on. Man, I've been rocking Italian twine watches, man. They have watches for women too. They got a set. You could buy them in sets, man and woman, same color. Or you get them. If you're a woman, you could go get them. They make women watches, and if you're a man, you could go get them. They make male watches. So Italian twine is a black-owned company.
I'm look them up. I'm gonna copy one.
Yeah, they're a black-owned company that make quality watches. When I say their quality is dope, it is dope, man. When you look at the brand,
sure that they I damn sure not gonna get in their inbox and actually do they make any dye-proof or waterproof watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the thing about it, we had an entrepreneur yesterday. Shout out to Angie Baker, the owner of Sip and Scent Candle Bar. And she was talking about how the customer service, they reached out to her and she ended up changing back one of her formulas that she changed because the customer was like, hey, I'm kind of allergic to this new formula that you made. And she realized that she made that original formula that didn't affect that customer a year prior. And then she changed it. And then she realized what happened. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. I forgot I changed my formula. So then she started her own. She had she started the same original formula, and she started adding that back into a line just for the people that are allergic to the new things in the new formula. So that's why I say all the time with, you get great care with great business owners, and I only promote business owners that have great customer service.
Yeah. And most business owners like myself, like and like young lady just talked about, man, we're in business for us. I'm like, trust me, I'm at like, I love the people who spend money. Green is green. I'm just gonna say it like that. But but oftentimes it's us. We're trying to satisfy us. My daily, like when I wake up, like if one of you guys call, my job is to make sure that I satisfy y'all. One thing that my company is known for is that I make custom fabric. So custom bow ties, like say it's like you guys send me your logo. So I can take your logo, put it on fabric, and make it into a bow tie. That's what I'm known for. So that's something that's very unique in our community as far as like business. Because most Black businesses that are thriving, they just brought a product that's already doing good. Pretty much a turnkey. But the entrepreneurs, they have a product that's not a turnkey. So they have no choice but to offer great customer service. And go all the way out to the customers. In our mindset, we don't have the whole corporation mindset, the customer's always right. We don't think that the customer's always right. Our mindset is, let's make it right, and let's make sure that you have it the first time. That way, you don't even have to have that conversation. That the customer's always right. I want you to write down like, I told him I wanted this, and it came out 4 times better than what I said it was. So but kudos to her.
That's what's up,
definitely.
Question.
We love that.
Let me ask you something too. Because I'm peeping out everything, man. I seen you twice. I seen you the first time at the event that Sister Mona Lisa Weber threw. Shout out to her, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now I'm seeing you today, and I'm peeping. You mentioned when you were speaking that you always dap or whatever the case may be. And both times that I've seen you, the way that you present is always that type of fresh and clean type of vibe, right? What response have you gotten from men generally, just regarding men's general appearance and bringing up the level of the look of men generally? Because I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. I know a lot of brothers that don't even own a suit. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that generally speaking, back in the days, we used to always be dap. You know what I'm saying? But now I feel like we've lost that. And I just want to know, have you seen, like, when you get in contact with brothers and y'all start, politicking and going back and forth, are you seeing that more brothers are taking more pride in their appearance and they're gravitating to what you're doing more and, starting to tack in that direction?
So most of the men that I hang around with on a weekly or daily basis, I smoke cigars a lot. And you can catch, I'll be honest with you, on Sundays during the Dolphins football game.
Okay.
You can catch me in a regular t-shirt or some tennis shoes. But the other 6 days, I'm going to be dapper. But most of the men that I communicate with, they're dapper or they have some kind of sense of how to dress or how to fashion, how to dress in fashion, how to carry themselves, what to look for. And then sometimes they even reach out to me for styling advice. Now, to the young men I don't hang with, I actually love the compliment for the strangers, like the little hood dude that be on the corner or walking through the hood to he the hardest nigga in the world. When he sees me, he often say, "Sir, you look nice, sir." No homo dog, but you look, so that's what I wanted anyway.
That's
And
fly.
then I wanted to motivate them. You know, I often tell them, oh, you can look the same way, bro. Just switch it up, bro. I ain't telling you can wear a dickie, but it don't hurt to, you know, wear a suit or wear a bow tie or a tie, you know, one day a week. And the reason why I say one day a week, because you ain't gonna change and you don't got the money to change your whole wardrobe like that
Yeah.
within a week.
Right.
But within that one day of you dressing nice, you're gonna get compliments and you're gonna love that compliment.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a lot of compliments from my brothers. You know, of course the sisters always gonna compliment, but
Yeah.
I got the compliments from where I wanted to get them from, because I didn't want the compliments from the men who already knew how to dress. I wanted to reach out and grab the young men who don't know how to dress.
I like that.
And try to motivate them, you know. And I even do it with my sons. You know, I tell my sons sometimes to dress up, you know, to motivate their friends or let their friends know that they know how to dress, or, you know, they have style, they know how to put pants and ties and stuff together. So, you know, and this is a like, you know, when you get into it, it's like I don't know, it's like a very unique world. You know, usually when you get up, go to work, go to a party, you already know what you're gonna get.
Right.
But when you dress like this, like it's a whole process that you gotta do. You gotta make sure that the sweater can go good with the stripes or the fabric. Make sure that the bow tie, you gotta make sure that the shirt is right. Then you gotta figure out like would the tie crash with the sweater, would they crash with the shoes, like, so it's a whole process. And then even with getting dressed, you know, normally when you get dressed, you just put on your pants, throw your t-shirt, or your head if you got to, socks and shoes. But it's not the same process when you're dressing like this.
Right.
So, you know, you have to put on the first thing you have to put on is your shirt. Then you have to fold it. Once you put it on, then you have to put on your pants, and then you have to tuck and roll your shirt in your pants if you don't have no spleens to connect your shirt to your socks, which I don't wear those. But so it's like a whole process. Then after you put the shirt in your pants, you got to put your vest on or your sweater on if you have one, and then you tie your tie or your bow tie, and then you put on your jacket, and then you put on your socks, then you put on your shoes. And
Right.
even when you wear your shoes different, because normally when you wear tennis shoes, you take them off, throw them in the corner. When you wear dress shoes, you can't take them off, throw them in the corner. You have to put the foot pattern in there to make sure that they don't lose their value, and they don't get any creases or dents in them, because they're not made the same way. They're made with authentic leather. So once you jam leather, it's pretty much done. Most tennis shoes is not made out of authentic leather, so they're not going to get damaged. One thing you would hate is to buy a $200 or $300 or $400 pair of dress shoes.
Yeah.
When you throw them in the closet and some boots sitting on the top of them, put a dent on them, that dent ain't gonna never come out.
Yeah.
So you're that guy. God damn.
Yeah. Well, I ain't that guy, but I'm that guy.
Woo! Bro, put the things in the shoe, keep the shape. I'm not on that level yet. I'll be swagging, but god damn, okay, that's serious. That's another level.
Yeah.
I like that.
Definitely.
I got it from my grandfather, man. I got to give respect where respect is due.
That's the old school players, yeah.
Yeah, man. My mother, father, man. This guy can dress, man. I thought to send a picture to you guys, but when I say this guy can dress, man, I don't even think I come close to him.
Like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I done seen this guy wear like a suit to go fishing. That was him. Only time I seen him without a suit, and it like kind of breaks my heart, but like his last 2 years he was living, he couldn't dress himself and get himself right. So whatever people gave him, that's what he put on. But when he was healthy, man, look here.
Like that.
Man, man, he dressed so good. I never felt into the average young black man mindset, and let's keep it a buck. But like when you're in middle or elementary school, or I want to be like Michael Jordan, or I want to be like Denzel Washington. Man, I couldn't glorify no other man, because my grandfather was like, he never told me that it was a man better than him. It's just the way that he carried himself. He was like 6'7". He always dressed nice, always was well groomed, and in my mind, like, man, my granddad was shit. Like I don't see nobody ever dressing better than him. Like still to this day.
Wow.
And my swag is ain't as perfect as I want it to be, but I don't see people's stuff that look way better than mine, but it didn't look better than my grandfather's.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's what's up.
that's where I get my style from. So and they never left me.
Well, no shade, man. I don't wear bow ties. I don't too much care for bow ties. But let me ask you this: do you make regular long ties? Because I'll cop some of them.
I used to, man, but I'm gonna give you a history lesson, man. You
Okay.
ready?
Go ahead.
It might rub you the wrong way, bro, but we brothers, so I gotta keep it a buck with you.
Bro, we brothers.
So I do know how to make ties, but I stopped making ties because it defeats my purpose of me making bow ties. So I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam, but I have worked with them. And I got in an interesting debate. It was me, a member of the Nation of Islam, and one of my fashion friends named James. In the Nation of Islam, the debate was interesting. He was trying to tell me that bow ties represent business and the unique man and all this other kind of stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I was like, I don't care about none of that stuff. I just make them. I like them, And my fashion friend, he was actually coming to meet with me at Starbucks, really just to tell me about making leather bow ties and using different unique fabrics to make bow ties. And he gave us wisdom. And this guy was half black and he was half Japanese. He gave us knowledge, bro. He said, did you know that the bow tie is the only authentic tie in the fashion community that has no ties to anything negative? He said the regular tie in America is connected to racism. That's the origin of it.
Okay.
And the origin of the regular tie before it came to America actually was a sign of war from Ireland. So the Irelanders used to wear a regular tie to go to war. And then in America, what they did with it, when they ran out of rope, a regular tie knot is a noose. So they will find a big, strong piece of fabric and parade around in the street with it to let it be known that they're going to hang somebody. They would take that strong piece of fabric and they would hang somebody with that strong piece of fabric because they ain't had no more rope. Now, the bow tie is older than the regular tie in America. You can find pictures from the 17 and probably 1800s or sketches of them with bow ties, whether it's Abraham Lincoln, whatever, but you're not going to find them with a tie.
Right.
The regular tie got popular in America in the mid 1800s. And it's only because of racism it got popular. Now, if it was never tied to racism, the tie would never even been popular. We probably would never wore a tie in America at all.
Interesting.
We would have stuck to bow ties. If you look at any pictures prior before then, whether it's Congress, any picture like in the late 1800s or early 1900s, everybody have on bow ties. They either have the classic. They either have the classic bow tie or they have the straight bow tie, which is just a fabric just cut into a square and they turn it to a bow tie. So,
very interesting.
But I do make ties. I just don't like making them.
Got you. Appreciate that info.
What's up?
I just learned something.
Yeah, you're giving us history lessons tonight, boy. Because I didn't know.
Man.
But I understood.
I really would like for all of us, and I understand it's business, but I would like for all of us to actually stop wearing ties. Actually,
yeah.
But I can't control nobody's household, nobody pockets, or nobody mind. But it makes us look good. If we're honest with each other, we never seen no one disrespect nobody from the Nation of Islam when they have a bow tie.
True. That's
true enough.
That's true.
And they're not. Well, I know them to be violent because I done been within them. But their natural interaction, they're not violent at all. They're the most peaceful people ever. Islam teach you to be peaceful. I am a Muslim, but the Nation of Islam, it is an organization, so they do teach defense and martial arts and stuff like that. But when you really think about it, when you see these brothers in the bow ties, don't ever think about disrespecting none of them. Nobody sell drugs in front of none of their mosques.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
fight in front of their mouths. Like, so just think of the mindset what a bow tie sins. You know, I had a content creator I recently hired. She said, you know what, you should do a video, a little skit. She's like somebody going to jail and like they have like they did a white collar crime, and this is like they had on one of your bow ties, and the judge said, "Is that a brother bow tie? Bow tie you have on?" And the guy said, "Yes." She's like, "Oh, not guilty." I thought it was a nice skit though, but I was like, "Damn, I don't want to be tied to nothing criminal though." But
That's
you know,
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
but it
hilarious.
is a nice skit though. But just think of it though, like when you see any young man or man in a bow tie period, even at a wedding, you can know, and I'm sure we know somebody from the hood, but it's
Yeah.
just something about when they put on the bow tie at a wedding or a funeral, they don't look good at all. They don't even act good when they have on a bow tie.
Yeah, it's very different. It's a whole
Yeah.
other look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It brings a look here. So
Yeah.
that's what's up, man. I love it. Just the thought of, you know, brothers generally speaking, taking more pride in their appearance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is a big deal. And that's really what you said is kind of why I kind of stay away from them unless I'm getting dressy, like formal dressy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wear a bow tie. But like, I don't do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to find a look that's between, like when I wear regular ties, it's like casual dressy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
you know, also what you could do is challenge yourself to where you could go to a place at least once a month where you could be dressy. You know, like to me, like I'm well known at like about 3 cigar lounges, and when I walk in there, they be like, "Oh, that's bow tie."
Okay.
Whether I have on a bow tie, I don't know. Don't have the whole cigar lounge, the staff, the people who come there, even the guests. The guests come there within probably about like two or three conversations. Somebody will say, "Well, that's bow tie."
Yeah.
You know, so you know, you go someplace where you can be yourself. You know, and if bow tie and dressing up is not for you, then you know, I wouldn't tell you to do it, but be who you are. But this is me. I always wanted to dress like my grandfather did. So, and I take pride in knowing, you know, how to dress and how to, you know, be dapper. So
it's a thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to see more brothers do it. Real talk. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I would like to see them do it in high school. I mean, like I know they do it for the football team, but if we're releasing our young men from out of high school straight into society as grown men, I think it would be beneficial to teach them or allow them to be comfortable in the element of being, you know, a dapper man or knowing how to dress in fashion. I believe, like, you know how I think is in yeah, you guys still y'all younger than me, I believe, but you know, in high school the JROTC had to dress up once or twice a week. So I believe that every young man should dress up every Monday for school. And they should get like an extra credit for dressing up or something like that.
I like that. I like that.
And they encourage them when they go to college, they don't have no excuse why they can't dress.
Right.
Or why if they go to court, why they don't know how to dress when they go to court.
Exactly.
Or if they're going for a job interview, you know, why the hell they showing up in Dickies if they've been taught how to dress since, you know, high school, you know. So
yeah.
Exactly. See, that's the reason why I think it's so important, because when you start talking about the appearance of a black male in particular, you're talking about the way that you're presenting yourself that's going to inform a lot of times what your money gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? It's going to inform your employment status. It's going to inform, you know, a lot of times your dating status and how, you know, seriously people take you in the dating realm. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about that a lot on this show. So it's very important. And a lot of people, you know, especially in South Florida, when you go up north, if you've been up north, you know what I'm talking about. Places like Chicago and places like that.
Ohio. Yeah.
Them boys dress, you know.
Detroit,
don't do that down here. Like
I mean, like I have my little crew that I usually smoke with at the cigar lounge.
Yeah,
we do this thing like towards the end of the year and beginning of January, because that's when it's really cold. Yeah. So we bring out our peak coats and we have a little in-house competition. Oh, we dress it down Friday, but I want to see what you're coming up with, and stuff like that. So I understand that a lot of people give an excuse that it's too hard for us to wear a suit, but it's really not too hard. It's just that you don't want to wear it, you don't feel comfortable in it because that's not the image that we see in our community.
True enough.
How often do we see a man get dressed and put on a bow tie or put on a suit to go to work?
We don't.
And I know he's not in our community if he is going to work like that. So the average lawyer, black lawyer or doctor, he don't stay in our community. He don't stay in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
He's not standing in the beans or in the swamps or Lincoln Field.
No.
Nah, he's probably somewhere out here where I'm at in Miami Gardens. So and you barely don't see him. Biscayne Gardens or Doral, So the young man that's in the hood who goes to Northwest and Central and stuff like that, they barely see him. They see their teacher get dressed every now and then, but
even
the dude that they wake up next to and they see when they leave school, they're not seeing that image.
True enough.
If their dad active in their life, which we have very few young men who dad is active in their life, but I guarantee the dads that's active, most of the dads are not dressing like this,
Nah, bro.
Correct.
And it makes to me it's really no excuses because as I said, I'm not rich. I'll be the first to tell you, but I ain't making $100,000 this year. But I know how to dress. I make sure that my kids know how to dress, so my kids see my image, and it's up to them. I mean, like my sons, like most of the time they wear urban clothes.
Right.
But one thing I do know, when I say, "Hey, we going here," make sure you okay. And I don't even gotta tell them what to dress. I don't even put their clothes together. But they done seen the way that I did my process throughout the year. But that I got this, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So
that's so.
My one reason why I want to start an organization called Tying Ties. I at the age of 12 years old, I was facing 40 years in prison. I was a young criminal.
Wow.
But I knew honestly how to load guns, and I could have identified probably about 6 or 7 guns by the time I was 12 years old.
Wow.
But I knew how to load a gun before I knew how to tie a bow tie.
Wow.
Or a tie. And I was that young man, as you were saying earlier, Anthony, who will go to church with an untied tie and ask somebody to tie it for him.
Yeah.
So now that I identified the problem, I'm trying to fix the problem by calling my organization Tying Ties. And I used to do something a couple of years ago, but when they tore down the beans, like it kind of like stopped the process. So now I'm trying to find a new area to do it. But every year I used to give out 100 bow ties, and I would give the kids in the house a free clip-on bow tie. But if the dad was in the house, I would tell him he can have a self-tie bow tie if he allowed me to teach him how to tie a bow tie.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't allow me to teach it, then I'll just keep my bow tie. Be like, nah, I'm trying to teach you something for you can teach your sons. As they grow older, So but most of the dads, they wasn't. Only had probably about out of the 60 self-tie bow ties I gave out, I probably only had 2 dads that say nah, they don't want it. But most of the dads, they step out, they learn how to tie a bow tie. They was happy. They was like, oh man, I never did this, man. Man, you made my day, man. Now I feel like a new man, So.
I remember growing up. My mother, she couldn't teach me how to tie no tie. So my mother would buy clip-on ties. You just clip on, throw that shit down, or clip it back on and go to church.
You took it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad, when I started living with my dad in my teenage years, my dad showed me how to tie a tie. I am a hands-on person. So my dad, said, go in the mirror, show you how to do it, grab it, length it up, fold it around through, and he would sit there and
he taught you the Windsor knot, right?
Yeah. He taught me that, and he let me do it till I became perfect on it. And my dad, it was like I said, I appreciate my dad so much because my dad taught me a lot in life. and got me on a great path based on the knowledge that he had. So I know the importance of it, and I taught my stepson how to tie a tie. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know how to tie a tie, and his mother wasn't showing him how to tie a tie, and he learned through me. You know, so it is very important that we pass down this knowledge because it's very vital. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, a lot of us do live in single mother households, and these women, they don't wear ties, so they're not going to teach you how to wear a tie.
Yeah, they're not equipped to learn, you know. Yeah,
exactly. So I was like, you know, for us to
I mean,
do
not
that,
equipped to learn, but they're not equipped with the knowledge to actually, and that's not their job anyway. You know, that's the whole
exactly
purpose of, you know, the
the
mother
balance.
and father coalition to,
Correct.
you know. But
Correct.
yeah, I taught my sons how to tie a bow tie and an ascot. I did say I was gonna teach them how to tie a tie, but they old enough, so they could probably YouTube it. But but they knew how to tie a bow tie. I think since both of them left elementary school. I know they left elementary school knowing how to tie a bow tie.
Nice.
So yeah, and then I taught them the ascot. I'm gonna say probably around like when they was in middle school, because we used to go to Chicago every year. You know, Chicago is very, very cold, so you need the ascot. And the star.
Definitely. I tied one of those when I went to New York last year, so I think it keeps you pretty warm.
Get your rolling button on.
Yeah.
All
right. So I definitely want to get into something real quick where just to get your thoughts about it. Now, when it comes to, are you on the market? Are you single? Are you married? What's the background on you?
I'm single. I'm going through a divorce right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. So in the have you seen the field where the divorce won't flip back to getting reestablishing your marriage or something like that? Do you feel like I said the streets, right? Do you feel like the market, the dating scene is good for you to jump back in it, or do you feel like it's a piece of crap and you might want to reconcile your marriage?
The dating scene, my wife been broken up for like 6 months. And I tell you this, man, some of the dates that I went on, man, I wish I would have stayed home, bro.
Yeah.
Man, our women, they're like, I don't want to talk bad about them because I love us, and I only want to date us, but I have to be blunt. But they're so I give you one example. I ain't gonna say no names, but it's one lady I went on a date with. She was a doctor, and she was very aggressive and passive aggressive. So I let her know off rip, hey, you know, like, hey, calm down, because you know I don't need you, you know, trying to defend anything. I need you to be in your essence as a woman. So you can say whatever you want to say, but say it like in a feminine voice. Like, don't be so aggressive. So we went out to eat, and we ordered food, and my food came before hers, and she asked where I was eating. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till you get your food. That way we can, you know, eat together." So she said, "Oh, nigga, you tripping?" So I looked at the sister and I said, "Nah, don't call me nigga." I said, "This where we gonna start right now. Don't call me nigga." So like, why you acting so serious? I like, don't call me nigga. I meant like, I have a name. You know, you can call me bae. You call me boo. I don't care if you call me your husband right now. Just don't call me nigga. So she's like, they taking long with my food. She said, you go ahead and eat. I said, no, I'm all right. Man, the sister picked up a fork, stabbed my chicken. I said, come on, nigga, eat.
Wow.
So I looked at her. I looked at the sister and I said, look, baby, I don't think we're gonna go nowhere. But I said, I'm a gentleman though, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this. So I know the meal probably would have costed like $80, so I had left $160 on the table. I'm like, man, have a nice day. And she said, oh, you really gonna leave me? You really? Then she started getting loud, and she messaged me back like 2 days later after she got out of her feelings and stuff like that. And you know, I told her that she need to go back to the drawing board because I said, I'm not here to say that whatever man you dealt with was whack or, maybe he liked that, but you need to know, your place is like I know my place. And I say, even if the shoe was on the other feet, I would never stab a piece of food of your food and tell you to eat it. And I said I was trying to have respect for you to eat with you, But yeah, man. So the dating scene, man, is just out of whack. Sometimes you give women wise advice, they just, man, man, they be on some other stuff, bro. They really do, bro. Like,
wow.
And I love them, like, trust me, I only want a sister. I ain't trying to leave my race, but some of our women are out of place, and I understand like it's a defense mechanism for them because of the previous relationship, but I believe that if you have to take your problems or your issues out on someone else, then you don't need to be dating.
That's terrifying, bro. Like real talk. That's some wow,
man.
Yeah, like if you didn't hear from your last relationship, if you got angry, you go on defense mode, like you shouldn't be dating. And another thing is like, some of these sisters with children, especially in particular boys, like they baby them too much, and like don't tell me to step in. Don't tell me to step in and be a man or be a father figure to your son. And the first time I say, boy, you don't hear what I say? Well, don't talk to him like that. Ooh. What the hell you got going on?
Real talk. Talk about it now.
Like, you said you want me to be a father figure. This is how I would talk to my son. Boy, you ain't hear what the hell I said? I just told your ass to do this. You know, but that, and then some of them they it's just weird. I do my homework now though, because I'll be honest with you, like that's one thing my marriage did teach me to do my damn homework. So
you know what I'm going to say?
I go through the whole background. I go through their social media. I try to find what friend that's close to them. I go in the friend inbox, ask a question every now and then because, like, man, look at,
bruh. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I want to play this video for you. So you get divorced. You go out here and you meet a woman that you like, and you really like her, and then you get a call from your woman, and she said this what happened to her son in school.
Hey! Not nice. No, thank you. No, thank you. You need to leave?
I ain't see that.
I didn't see it either.
You didn't see that? Hold on. Let me play it again. Hold on.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Hold on.
Hey! Not nice. No, thank you. No, thank you. You need to leave? No.
Jesus.
So he said, you need to leave. No, bitch. Right? So they yoked them up out of class. So he said, so she was like giving them like pre-speeches to the graduation. So she was like, I'm going to say, good morning, boys and girls. And he was like, shut the fuck up. And then he's like, hold on, do you need to leave? No, bitch. And they just yoked him up and took him out the seat. So would you deal with a woman whose child act like that? Yes or no, and why not?
You said, would I deal with a woman who tried like that?
Yes.
Man, look here, bro. Like, man, if I go to a woman crib and we just like, this is my first time meeting her, let's just say we just friends with benefits, and her son act like that, we never even making it to a date. Her son or her daughter act like that. Like,
my God.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I might try to sneak one in that night, but if I don't sneak one in that night, that's probably gonna be her last night talking to me.
Yeah.
To be honest, like let's keep it a blunt, bro. Like I know how women have this thing that their mindset is crazy when they say a man just want a woman he can control, but a man would never be in an environment that he can't control.
Period.
That's true. That's
Period.
true.
He has control some portion of the environment that he's in. And if you telling him to step into your house or you want to move in this house and he can't control what's in his house or in your house, then in his mind, you know, most men be like, shit, I'd rather stay at my mama's house, or I'd rather live alone, or I'd rather stay at my whatever. But I ain't gonna go there because I can't tell your kids what to do. I can barely tell you what to do. Your friends can't tell you what to do. Your mama can't tell you what to do. Society can't tell you what to do. So who's going to correct your behavior? And if nobody can correct your behavior, then that means you ain't willing to correct your child behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So what I'm stepping in for, you still want me to be this outstanding, upright model, role model to you and your child and represent the brand or the company of our family, and y'all just all out here bullshit?
Yeah.
Bullshit. And I'm like, my son 18, so the statute of limitations is up. But my oldest son, he never gave me trouble. Like I think I beat him one time when he was in school. But my baby boy, well, look here. Just last month. But he's not a rude, you know, none of his teachers, all the teachers say he's not rude, he's not disrespectful. He just loved, ever since he was little, he always been obsessed with girls. And he always wanted girls' attention. You know, we always do extra stuff in class to get girls' attention. So I often had to beat him and discipline him and stuff like that. But if I can't discipline your child, you know, and now and of course I might end up beating them if they're really, really, really bad. But most women stop at the discipline, and when you start like screaming and yelling or trying to put them in order, hey, go stand in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna call my mama. Oh, why you gotta stand in the corner? I tell my sons, right, hey, cut off time. When she say why this, cut off.
Yeah.
You know, you have to get your house in order. Like, you know, if you're gonna be part of that family, if you don't have no order, no structure, they always gonna embarrass you.
Precisely.
Yep.
You know.
So I got a question that came in for you. If he really likes the woman, why wouldn't he want to at least be a mentor to change the child's behavior?
I'd be a mentor.
Mm-hmm. You could be the mentor, but you couldn't.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I'll be the mentor.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense because.
But you know, you got to understand that the child behavior comes from someplace, so I can't be in a relationship.
Right. Because the thing is, the woman is so sensitive, you know, when it comes to the child or whatever the case may be. So if you try to discipline a child and then she coming at you, you're gonna be at odds with her now.
Yeah.
The child is not gonna look at you as an authoritative figure. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a rift. So I get what you're saying. You could be a mentor, but that'll have to be an outside thing because I can't fight with you and you ain't got no order in your house.
Yeah, because and even if I do be a mentor, I don't need you around. True. You know, it's the same thing like when I used to I show you the influence that mothers have on children, and it's funny, but it's sad at the same time. So when I was a lifeguard, we used to teach how to swim. The first thing that we do, we tell the kids to hold their breath, and then we tell them to exhale. Then we tell them to hold their breath again, and sometimes we'll put our hand over their mouth just to see how they're gonna react. The really only thing that we want to do is just see them blow hot air in our hand, because then that means that they know how to blow bubbles in the water. So once they do that, we throw them immediately in deep water. And we're gonna jump in and get them. But what I would see, you throw a little girl, a little boy in the water. If the daddy there, daddy just look. He don't got nothing to say, because he paid you to teach them how to swim. So But when the mama there, man, they can't swim. They be trying to jump in the water. They cussing you out. They want to talk to your supervisor saying that's not how you're supposed to teach kids how to swim. But we need to see them blow bubbles, and we need to see them have survival skills. Otherwise, we can't teach them.
Right.
So if they know how to fight the water, then that means they know how to control the water.
And I think that's some of the characteristics that led to the reports, the deep dive studies about single fathers being better, producing better children than single mothers.
Absolutely.
I think fathers, they don't try to keep the training wheels on their children.
Yeah.
They try to make sure that they're very self-sufficient. On the other hand, you get a lot of women that coddle their children.
Yeah.
And this does not, we're not sitting here demonizing either side to be better, but we're just showing you how things play out in the long run based on how you interact or you.
I believe there's roles. We have to respect the roles. And I don't mean like, this whole gender BS role that they talking about. Woman supposed to cook. I ain't talking about that. What I mean, like roles, like a mother's supposed to always be nurturing.
Yeah,
she's supposed to be caring. She's supposed to be the child first teacher. The dad is supposed to always give order, structure.
Correct.
Let the dad do his job. Let the mom do his job. If dad messed up and the child came home with a patch eye because he listened to the dad, mama, you supposed to be right there waiting with the ice pack. Oh, what happened?
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what she do.
Yeah, but you're supposed to go off on the daddy, be like, I told you not to make his dumb ass play basketball, or why he took a fish. Like, nah. And some bumps and bruises the child needed to learn a lesson.
Real talk.
Real talk. If you raised with a father, I wasn't raised with no dad, but I had a lot of uncles and I had my grandfather. But man, somebody hit you. Or you playing football and somebody knock you down and you come with your uncle or your granddad crying, they're gonna tell you straight up, better get your ass back out there.
Yeah.
But your mama gonna, but let daddy do his job.
Right.
And when the football game is over, when he got a concussion, just feed him, give him some ice, and that's your time to be nurturing and
Exactly.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, and I believe like that's the role that we have in society that we're out of whack with. Like some women, they are not nurturing at all. Like they're not even nurturing to themselves. And some men, they don't have structure and order for their damn self. There's men who like I'm just gonna be honest. Let me call it a spade. Like Future. There's nowhere in the hell that Future still should be making kids. But I guarantee if you was around most women up there probably get pregnant by Future, then say how much he was a bad baby daddy or how he this or how he was that. And as much as I'm a big Dolphin fan, my brother Xavier Howard, they say he got like 6 baby mamas out here. One chick posted a picture the other day. She had a onesie made with his DNA test on it and say he don't take care of his kids. But he had 4 or 5 kids before then, and he wasn't doing his job. Why are you gonna lay down and
precisely?
Where's your that's it. So where's your accountability and responsibility in this situation at? Ridiculous. You should know that he was out of whack. He ain't had no structural order, no discipline anyway. If you was shooting up everybody club like that,
Exactly.
And the same thing with me. I'm like, man, we have responsibility too. I'm like, when I talk to women and I measure women now, if there's a woman who approached me and she's like, oh, I got four or 3 kids, and I would accept a woman with 4 or 3 kids, but it better be 1 or 2 baby daddies and they better be dead or have life in prison.
I hear you.
But you ain't gonna tell me you got 2 or 3 baby daddies and they all was failed relationship. They all wasn't shit. Like I'm gonna look at you and say, hey, what did you do? What is your problem? I know they're an issue, but you have to take some accountability in this as well. I'm just being blunt.
Bruh, let me tell you.
I know we don't like the truth, but
no, this is the show for the truth, and we need to tell the truth. I'm writing a book about this right now called A Relationship Book.
Now we do things out of whack and out of all the time, bro. Like our community, we condone a whole bunch of sucker stuff. Like I'm sure you brothers seen the issue last night with Charleston White getting jumped.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Man, that was so whack, bro. How you jump Charleston White and George Zimmerman and still walk around this thing free?
I'm just saying.
And he stays in Texas. Yeah, I know George Zimmerman's situation happened in Florida, and I knew Trayvon Martin personally. He's the gun of my house. But George Zimmerman stay in Texas now. So you guys want to check him, but George Zimmerman still walk around free. What's the other situation that happened in Texas? They made a movie about it. The guys that dragged the black man, they chained him to the back of the car and dragged him into.
Yeah, James Bird.
I believe that's it. That might be it. But one of them are, I think, getting out of jail or something like that, or if they're not already out of jail. But you know, it's I don't know. We condone a lot of. I'll be honest with you. Like 3 years ago, I was standing in the pork and beans, the new ones.
Okay.
I stayed in the old ones too, though. But the dude used to be selling dope outside of my crib. And at my crib, because it was like a mother and father structure, all the kids who stayed in my unit, they used to always come to my house because our kids had like an Xbox, PlayStation, you know, Wii and stuff like that. So they used to always come and play the game. So I used to tell this little hood dude, hey, bro, I don't care about you selling dope, but sell it across the street or go to the next unit, bro. All the kids be right here.
True.
Yeah.
Dude challenged me like 2 or 3 times. I say, bro, I'm from here, bro. Don't let these bow ties fool you, bro. But I'm from here, bro. Like, however you want it, bro, I can deliver it. But I'm just actually right now as a man before I go to the next step. Like, don't sell dope in front of my step.
Right.
You know, don't do it in front of the kids, bro. Like, bro, I say I do you one even better. I'm finna come to a meeting with you. You can sell dope on these steps, but wait till after 10:30 when all these kids in their house and sleep.
Yeah.
He cussed me out. I confronted him again. He cussed me out again. So one day, he was selling dope. Police pulled up. They beat him. They caught him selling dope and they beat him. Oh, bro, get this on video. Get this on video. So I sat on my porch. I crossed my leg. And I was looking at him, you know, like, ain't nothing for me to do, bro. Like, you work with me, I'm gonna work with you. Now, if you would have listened to what I said, I actually would have got it on video. I'm a community activist. I would have went and complained and everything, bro. Because they don't lie, they beat him for no reason.
Yeah.
But I was out of loops with him. And I just trying to tell them tighten up, like have respect for the kids, have respect for the space of residence. And I just couldn't condone no sucker shit. But there's a lot of things that we do in our community that we condone.
Yeah.
You know, like Rick Ross, my brother Rick Ross, he ain't my brother, but Rick Ross, Jim Jones, Meek Mill, all of them beefing with D1. And D1 is a truth teller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that I gathered this morning, whether it's D1 telling you the truth in a box with a bow on it, or Charleston White telling you the truth straight out of the gutter. Our community just try to dodge the truth. We don't want to accept the truth.
Yeah.
So who should tell you the truth?
No accountability.
At all.
As simple as that. They don't want to.
I mean, like, either way, bro, you have to like acknowledge, like, okay, that's true. You don't have to agree with everything, but somebody tell you 80-90% of the truth. You can disagree with the 20%, but overall, did you get the message?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the hell with how it was delivered. It's not FedEx, UPS. You know, did you get it? This is not DHL. As long as you got the package, you got it, right? Okay, get it. Let's move on. Let's better ourselves. Let's better our community. Let's better who we are. Let's better the way that we think. You know?
Yeah.
Let me take it back real quick because we talked about a lot of things. I'm gonna take it back to the things you was talking about with dating specifically, because you know we talk about this most of the time on this show. That's a topic that we address a lot, and you know, speaking to the caliber of women that are out here, and coming from your current situation, the climate, generally speaking. Do you feel that it's conducive to you at this point being able to re-enter the dating? I know that you've had some bad experiences, but I mean, just overall, the temperature, you know, and speaking specifically, you said something earlier that I wanted to get back to as well. When we were talking about in your situation where you were living with someone and they were, you know, helping with the bills or whatever the case may be.
No, that wasn't my wife though, but
okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. But that actually gives more of a subject matter to what I'm saying or what I'm going to ask. Because are you familiar with the new chatter about the 50-50 relationships and all that type of shit? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I hear a lot of women saying, you know, like trying to make it look like it's whack or they dating a whack man because they want a 50-50 relationship. But this is a modern society, like we live in a modern age, you know, like women wanted equal rights to men.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to the 50s or 60s, you know, women didn't have no job. They couldn't vote. Mm-hmm. So the man was always the breadwinner. But once a woman started fighting for equal rights, mm-hmm. she started putting her foot down and tried to demand stuff in her household. So mm-hmm. I believe that if you're trying to be that kind of woman where you can make your own money and do all this, then I think you should go 50-50. But if you want to be, you know, a wife or be submissive or, you know, allow the man to be the head of the house or stuff like that, mm-hmm. your man can afford to take care of you. He's going to take care of you. Mm-hmm. But you can't be both. I don't know if you see
what
my
I'm
point.
saying. You're making my point for that. This is what I'm saying. And coming into that climate, being that, you know, this is the type of climate, this is the type of nonsensical babble that's out here. You understand what I'm saying? Do you see it being feasible that this climate is conducive to you having another healthy relationship with this type of woman? Because it seemed like in the last 10 to 15 years, like they forgot about the whole point of the women's suffrage movement, which mm-hmm. was to supposedly attain equality, right? Mm-hmm. You know, but they want to talk out of both sides of their mouth. You want equality, but you want special treatment and you want to be taken care of at the same time. How does that jibe with you? You know, being that you've been in a marriage and now you coming back out fresh into this. What does that look like?
I mean, like when I was with my wife, mm-hmm. I was with her. We was on. I ain't gonna say how long we was married because it's kind of embarrassing. But we was together for 12 years. But 12 years we was together. We was like 50-50 most of the relationship. There was times when, you know, if she fell off, I would carry the load, or if I fell off, she'd carry the load. That's a reality. That's a realistic relationship.
Agreed.
A lot of times these times what our women living in is social media relationships or mm-hmm. reality TV relationships.
Talk about it.
It crashes with the reality of how things really are. You know, like, so will I take a chance with a woman who believes in 50-50? Yeah. But I wouldn't take a chance with a woman who believes that a man's supposed to pay all her bills, not these days, because a very interesting conversation happened the other day at the cigar lounge. And this young man said, if a woman believes these days, if a woman believes that a man should pay all the bills, that means that she's with him for his money. Mm-hmm. And if his money go low, then she's going to the next highest bidder.
Agreed.
And I said something, the young lady got upset who was in the cigar lounge. I say, it sounds like the little prostitution culture that's going on.
Yes.
Because, you know, no woman should be putting the value of her coochie, you know, excuse my French, unless she's a prostitute.
Agreed.
You know, the value that a man should want from you should be everything else besides your coochie. Mm-hmm. And you know, me and the young lady got an interesting conversation. I had to keep it a blunt with her. I said, when we first look at y'all, I have to be honest. We say, I want her. Mm-hmm. I want to have sex with her or whatever.
Yeah.
And we try to go after that. And I say, most of the time, y'all deny it. Mm-hmm. As much as there's a lot of one-night stands out there, we barely have them. Right. They come few, far, wide, and in between.
Yeah.
But we got to work like 5 to 6 months or 2 to 3 months to get, you know, some of y'all. And once we get y'all, depending on what happened within that day or that 24 hours that we spent with y'all, mm-hmm. we realize that y'all have more values beyond your private area. Mm-hmm. And depending on those values, make us consider, damn, should I get in a relationship with her?
Sometimes
Because our first interaction with you, we really don't want no relationship. You can't. I said, a man tell you that when I first seen you, I fell in love with you, that I wanted to marry you. He lied.
Yeah, that's
He lied. But you know, he can't say what he really want. But once he get it, and he see you have other values, you know, that gives you value. And you know, I'll be honest with you. I was with my wife for over 12 years. It wasn't for her sexual pleasure. It was more of her nurturing spirit. You know, she did it recently. Now that we you know we on bad terms, but for 11 and a half years of my relationship, I never heard the word nigga. She never told me I ain't shit. Like she was always like motivating, inspiring. You know.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't that supportive, but she was like, I didn't hear the typical hood chick. You know, when we got in an argument, like we'll separate for like 2 or 3 hours and come back and try to talk about it. Then when the voice get back raised or aggressive, we'll stop talking and come back. So that's what gave her value to me.
No doubt.
And I told her recently, you know, that was her value. I said it was never her stuff between her legs. So
that's what's up, bro. Like I always say, you know, a man is very poor if, you know, the only thing he's ever acknowledged a woman for is her sexual value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's he's truly missed out on, you know, what women really have to offer and, you know, what benefits, you know,
I don't think we did enough study into one another. And the reason why I say that, I was a single parent for like 8 years.
Yeah.
My baby mom broke up when my baby was 7 years old. She came back when he was about 8 years old. And when my baby mother broke up with me, she broke up with my kids, obviously. And it did something to me. And I said, before I get another relationship, I need to master everything about a woman as much as possible because I didn't master this one enough.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot of things about a woman. And it took me about 4 years to get a relationship.
Okay.
But I learned a lot about women, a whole lot. And I don't think we take into consideration either respect for either sex. You know, like oftentimes a man overlook a woman's opinion or her emotions, and the women often overlook our order or our structure. And it's like, I get it. Like I've been doing it on my own. Like it's hard to convince a single mother who's been a single mother for 6 or 7 years to listen to a man.
Yeah.
It's very hard. So if you want to submit to her, you want to commit to her in a relationship, there's have to be some kind of form of negotiation. You got to be willing to like, damn that be her therapist because you're going to have to convince her that you're worth listening to.
True.
Or the man who been outside or been, you know, single for like 8 years, been a bachelor. Like, sister girl, you're going to have to do some convincing. You got to show him that you worth spending the night or him moving with you or you moving with him. You got to convince him that you that woman worth taking risks because what's going to end up happening with him is first time that he tell you, hey, I don't like that, and you still do it, you done cut yourself off the chopping block. Or on the other side, first time that you come to the house and you want to bring her some food, and don't bring her 4 kids some food, you on the chopping block too. So we have to be serious about our commitment when it comes to relationship and studying, you know, our opposing partner. My grandfather used to say this slogan. He said, when you dating a woman, she's either going to be your love of your life or your long arch enemy. Prepare for both.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Them old timers knew some stuff. That's how they got old.
Yeah.
That's how they got old. Bro.
Man, it's crazy. We could go on for hours and hours. I appreciate your time here, man. We got to wrap this up. But I did want to go over your different businesses so we can inform the people on how to purchase stuff, because I know the holidays are coming up. And, you know, like I said on the last show with our other CEO, we don't have good gifts out here for men. So I think this would be a great gift for men, young adults, to buy some bow ties and have them on deck, you know, to basically, you know, have access to them just in case they need, you know, you want your man to come to church with you, you know, spruce them up, have them get some bow ties. You have your children, you know, different events that you want to go to, spruce them up, you know. So we definitely want to share your information and let people know how to get in contact with you. So
For
I'll
sure.
definitely,
You can go on www.brothersbowties.com. That has all my bow ties on there. It has my cigars packages on there as well. I think I have some bow ties apparel as well. And also I have the Fish Fly Company. I have plenty of fishing hats. You can find us on IG as well as Fish Fly brand. I have, I think, about 13 or 14 different fishing hats you can purchase, as well as some of them have some of them come with a matching t-shirt as well. So yeah,
Nice.
and they're available. And I give you guys free game for those who listen in on the interview today. If you go to my website and you type in BOB 808, there's a discount code. You get 20% off. BOB Black Owned Business 808.
BOB 808. Let me write that down right now.
Yeah.
yeah, put that in the chat for us so
Yeah,
that
so
they
that's
can
that's the
know.
discount code. So you get like 20% off your order. So yeah. So appreciate y'all. Check me out on all social media at Brothers Bow Ties or Brothers and Bow Ties. And pretty much you can find me on YouTube. You can find me at Brothers and Bow Ties, and also we have another channel for Fish Fly. And you guys, man, especially my black anglers out there, man, whenever y'all post a video, man, you can just tag me. Same thing with those who purchase bow ties. Tag me. You might end up on my website because I love representing us and making us look good. So
Yeah.
Nice.
if y'all, as I said, if I win, we win. So you might get a phone call from me like, hey man, can I use your picture? Like, yeah. And then probably like 3 or 4 months later, like, I want to use your picture again, but hey, I'm gonna give you $50 because I have done it. So you know.
I seen this meme and I figured I'll post it with you on here. It says rock beats scissors, scissors beat paper, paper beat rock, nothing beats fishing rod.
Man, when we gonna link, man?
Yeah, we definitely gonna link, man. Definitely contact me, man. We'll set something up. I did want to highlight we have a lot of entrepreneurs that are doing their thing out here, and I do want to highlight our entrepreneurs out here as well. So I definitely want to start off with here we go. We have Flawless Flicks booth. This is a super dope sister. Her name is Shania, right?
Yeah.
So she has her own.
That's my classmate.
Yeah, dope. So she has her own 360 booth, and she also does photography work, which is super dope. You can go to Flawless Flicks on Facebook. They also have an Instagram page that is Flawless Flicks Instagram page. That's a beautiful family down there. So you guys could definitely contact her if you need photographies. This is in South Florida. She's located out of the Miramar, but she does travel. We also have, I know it's a little delay, Serious Smoke. So my dude, Will Series, if you guys don't know, is a famous poet down here. He has his company with his new wife. He just got married. Congratulations to them. You see that down there in the bottom right corner, him and his wife. They're traveling right now, but they together partnered up and got Serious Smoke, right, which is a hookah company that they both run, husband and wife. And you can catch them at B. Lee's parties. Anytime you see B. Lee Entertainment, they're the ones that are running the hookahs that you guys are enjoying while listening to the function of the B-Lee Entertainment. So shout outs to them for doing their thing. Shout out to Will Sears for creating it and doing that with his wife. That is so dope. This is B-Lee. As you guys can follow, B-Lee has the best R&B parties out there. And it's always a good vibe. Never had a fight out there. That type of energy he creates, it's just a fightless night. I've been to his parties for 8+ years, and I've never got in a fight or I've never seen a fight.
Nice, nice.
So kudos to B-Lee for doing what he does. I have Smith and Webster's, right? Y'all know Star X. He got his own restaurant. He just opened up a new location. So the Smith and Weston's he originally opened up was on 167th and Northeast 4th, right there by the not the Dunkin' Donuts, but
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kremes, yes, by the Krispy Kremes. And now he has another location in Coral Springs that he just opened up, I think last week. So you guys could definitely check it out. If you're in Dade County or Broward, he has 2 locations. So you can Google it up, go on the website, and find it. And then, it's a great upper luxury element of dining. So if you have a woman or you have a potential somebody that is really, really that you consider taking to the next level, brothers, go ahead and sign that the reservation up. Women love reservations. Hey, baby, I got this reservation at 8 o'clock. Man, make sure you dress up because I'm gonna go out here and put on my brother's bow tie and get real suave for you tonight. So, do the same as well. So definitely you can hit up Star X, Smith and Wesson's and get something to eat, which would be super dope. This is my boy Achilles, right? So you guys, I know him as Randy. That's his name, but he has his own store, right? So I got a lot of his gear. You talk about black-owned business. You don't have to rock Gucci or nothing like that. You got brothers like my homeboy who started up his own business, and he came to me and told me, he said, "Yo, Ant, I was thinking about starting up my own shirt line because I used to come in and make my shirts, and I used to wear them to the barbershop." And he said, "You know what? I was thinking about starting my own shirt company. What you think I should do?" I said, "Go ahead and start it." I'm always the one encouraging people's dream, and he got their advice, and next thing you know, man, he's making buku money right now, man. He is doing his thing. Got a storefront, as you guys can see, 17207 Northwest Ave, right next to the Winn-Dixie. Super, super dope location, man. And you got
next to Domino's.
Yes, next to Domino's.
His uncle is actually my business mentor, Kennedy Achilles.
Nice. So here's me. I was signing on his pole when he opened up. I went to go support him. Well, I didn't say support. My lifestyle was buying clothes from him. I have, you see on the right side, I have the shirts that I buy. I always go over there and buy shirts. He had, when they got the NASCAR thing that they had down here, he had created a shirt for the NASCAR, or the Indy cars. When they brought the Indies to Miami Gardens, he had created a shirt for the Indy cars, and I had went and bought that to support that in Miami Gardens. You guys can definitely go on his website if you can't go to the storefront and check that out. So his website is it's www.achilles3.com. So you go on in Instagram, tap on the website, and definitely grab something for yourself or anybody else. Women out there, if you want to grab something for your man, do it for the holidays. No more socks and cheap gifts. All right. I did want to talk about my boy. I'm trying my hardest to get him on. He done blew up so big. Well, my boy Sai, as we was talking about shoe brand, right? So Sai Collection is super dope dude who makes his own shoes, and his shoes is super tight. Man, you guys got to check him out. Black-owned dude. He actually reached out to Kyrie Irving when he was going through his thing to try to pair up with Kyrie Irving. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, some kind of deal went on. Don't paraphrase me on it. But you guys can check the site and see what is going on. But I know he scaled up to a major level. So check out Side Collection. Great shoes, Black owned, super dope, and it's one of a kind. And he makes sure that he does a limited amount. And then, so if you like it, you got to jump on it. Also, make sure that you're not getting a DM from him, because he don't DM people. So that's why he put that up there. There's a lot of people using his pictures to scam people. And he's got a video up that explains it. Listen to it before you buy, and you'll see if you don't get that email that he's connected to, then you're getting it from a scammer. So these are the Black-owned businesses. I definitely want to shout out another one that I missed. Shout out to, no, hold on. Here it is. All right. So shout out to Ray Main, right? So we have May Rain is another poet that you guys know. You might know her right here, May Rain. She is May Rain. This is her personal page, but she is a poet. She's been very a major influence down here doing her thing. And she started up her company, Moonflower Miami. She started as a kiosk inside the mall. And now she ends up having a storefront, all right? So if you're in Miami Gardens, it's 17942 Northwest 27th Ave, Miami Gardens, Florida. You could go in there. If you are a couple, man, they have different things that you can do. They where you guys could go in as a couple and start building a candle from scratch and things like that. If you have children that you want to do, you could take a field trip with them and have them create their own things as little miniature entrepreneurs, so they can get in the groove of knowing how to start and brand their own things. So you guys can hit her up on their website or contact her and create that atmosphere. As you guys know, we had yesterday Sip and Scent candle bar, super dope sister Angie, all natural stuff she has on her site, www.sipandScentCandleBar.com, at Sip and Scent Candle Bar. And you already know that our brother Bowtie is here. You guys hit him up as well. And that does it for tonight's show with our Black entrepreneurs. I hope you guys have a happy holidays, and just be safe and try to, just be out here and be a positive role model. So we would love to thank Mr. Cope for coming and spending as much time as he did tonight to educate us. Because like I tell people all the time, y'all might think I know a lot, but trust me, I try to be around people where I learn. And I learned a lot from Mr. Cope tonight that I didn't know before, and I love history. I'm always a person who craves history. So thanks again, Mr. Cope, for educating me on some historical things that I didn't know. And I'll leave it to Major. You want to close us out?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Cope, it's been a pleasure, man, meeting you for the second time and hearing some of the particulars and having a more deep dive into what you do and getting a better understanding. I'm going to definitely be checking out some of your stuff. I'm going to cop something. I encourage everybody that's watching to go and cop something, support, you know what I'm saying? Let's make it a lifestyle. We have all these wonderful Black businesses, and we give all our money to Macy's. You dig? And I'm not knocking Macy's. You can still give Macy's some paper, you know what I'm saying? But I encourage everybody to get out here and let that money bounce around the community a few times before it leaves. Because if we do that enough, we don't need Macy's. We could have our own Macy's. We can have bow ties. You know what I'm saying? We can have Antonio Copes. It can be every bit as big as Macy's. You understand what I'm saying? We have to begin. It starts here, that enterprising mindset where we start thinking in terms of, building a nation, building all of our own facilities so that we are self-sufficient. You know what I mean? So I really thank you for a lot of the game that you brought today, a lot of the info that you brought, to a person that's re-entering the dating and relationship realm. That was very interesting. I think a lot of people will find value in that as well. And I'm very glad to have had you today, brother. I wish you continued success, and shout out to just your demeanor and the way you present yourself. Again, I want to see more young Black people and older Black people for that matter, just more Black people, Black men in particular, presenting themselves looking like, you know, royalty, looking like they really, you know, care about the way that they project themselves to the world, because a lot of us don't understand presentation on that level. You know, is the way that we are projecting ourselves to the world. Blessing. You were saying something?
No, I'm saying presentation is everything to us, really.
Yes. So yeah, thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you, man.
All right. So make sure next week we're doing the vision board. So y'all bring y'all vision board. We're gonna go over them. You can definitely jump on air with us and share your vision boards. But going into the new year, we want to make sure that a lot of people get their goals, you know, on a visual with the visual boards, the vision boards. So make sure y'all tune in next week, and I'll show you a little bit of our world. We'll show you a little bit of our world when we present our vision boards next week. Should be very interesting and dope. So remember, tell a friend to tell a friend, and tune in next week. We'll see y'all. All right. Peace.
Hey.
Yo, hey, I might have a Kwanzaa squatter party. I ain't gonna call it ugly squatter party, Kwanzaa squatter party. But if I have a Kwanzaa squatter party, man, I'm gonna make sure I invite you brothers to my crib. So I stand by my garden. So
appreciate that.
But it will be a lot of people here smoking cigars. So I don't know how y'all about smoking cigars, but
we'll be all right. You know,
and we're trying to change the culture, man. I need some of us to celebrate Kwanzaa, man. We need that Kwanzaa energy.
Oh yes, definitely.
And we invite you back, you know, to you know, make sure, because everybody that we have on, we will also want to encourage them to become part of the audience going forward. So every week, man,
send me the link and I'm there.
On Sunday, you did.
Send me the link and I'm there.
Yes, sir. We will.
All right,
for sure.
All right.
Bless
you. All right, family. Be easy. See y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.
On the album, we do things like songs that are a little, what we call sexy. You can see from the title, it's more of a love album.